Exportation involves the shipment of goods and services out of the country to international destinations. No nation can create the desired life by trading with itself. You must trade with other parts of the world for you to grow your GDP. Exporting your product will expose you to inexhaustive markets around the world and allow cultural SME to grow. Massive expansion of agricultural commodity will bring in hard currencies and export proceeds, strengthen African currencies, which are another currency of the world. Do you know the volume of export done by Africa? Global trade in goods is about 24 trillion, trade in service is about 9, total is about 33 trillion. What percentage of trade in goods do you think is from Africa? Guess. Total global trade is 33 trillion. Trade in goods is 24, trade in service is about $9 trillion. How much of the trade in goods do you think is from Africa? Is done by Africa, right? Yes, the message here. That's an issue. You're very close, 2.5%. 2.5%. African, that's why Africa is, as far as trade is concerned, by nobody is. We are very negligible in terms of the value we are adding to the world. And it's sad, actually. It's sad. Very negligible. Very, very. That's why Trump can. We are not adding serious value to the world. And that means the world only look at us as the source of their raw materials. It's not the source of getting them serious value. And that's why they want us to remain in perpetual state of underdevelopment, so they can exploit those raw materials at a cheap rate also. You know? Now, the reason why African export is low is not because we're not shipping a lot of container out, but the majority of our shipment is raw. Because it's raw, let me give you a good example. Total trade volume of cocoa is about $11 billion. Total export volume. But check, Standard what? What? Cocoa. All of them now. All of them together. That's not the period. It doesn't matter, that's not the period. All of them. What do you think is the volume of chocolate, which is just a value chain of cocoa?
33 billion.
33 billion. You're very close. Over 30 billion. Now, can you imagine that? Can you see the gap? And do you know 75% of cocoa exported from Africa? 75%. Cote d'Ivoire, Ghana, Nigeria, Cameroon. Major. So, yes, this Cameroon is still over 70% from Africa, West Africa being a major producer, supplier of the world. But what are we getting from it? Less than about 11 billion. But chocolate alone, chocolate. So that means the people making money from cocoa value chain are not Africans. Who are not making money? Netherlands. Who are not making money? Switzerland. Who are not making money? Germany, US. The people producing a value added cocoa. So we are doing a lot of shipment, but we are getting very low value for it because we are not adding a lot of value to it. Increase in exportation of agricultural commodity will make farming become lucrative due to increase in demand for farm produce, creating jobs. Successful of a commodity will lead to the dollarization of the economy via the back door. I say via the back door because a country that takes export seriously, if they take it seriously, they're likely to add value. And you are seeing that in Cote d'Ivoire and Ghana now. They are also now being deliberate about the fact that they don't want to export commodity again. They want to be adding value, so they are limiting how much commodity is leaving their country. For a business to successfully export, the business has to be export ready. The promoter, the owner have to be ready. The product must be ready. The pricing must be right. The staff predisposition must be right. The purpose must be very, very important. Very important. In fact, most important actually. Because when there are challenges, what will make a business to stay is the reason they are doing it. If the reason they are doing it just to make money, it's not consequential. But they have other important reasons, like an import business who is buying and need forex and is exporting for forex reason. Even when it's not making progress, he will do everything to make progress. Why? Because it's a survival strategy. Do you understand? It's a survival, and that's what a number of our customers are doing, who are importers, who are now forced to export the for instead of queuing up and waiting for CBN to provide FS. Promotion, proficiency, production capacity, payment and positioning, another area of readiness that need evaluation. Then the people, the paperwork and the potential, particularly assessing the country and destination, and lastly, its partners and purchasers. Now, why is this important? Do you know there are over almost 20,000 businesses that have registered to export in the last 5 years? From Nigeria and over almost 20,000 companies. But do you know how many of them are exporting? 10%. That's about 1,000, less than 1,500 that are able to export. Why are they not able to export? Lack of export readiness. Lack of export readiness. And some of the symptoms of lack of export readiness involve delays, discrepancies, demurrage, defective goods. These are issues that businesses face in exporting that make some to stop exporting because they are having challenges being able to make the transaction successful. Talking about intending exporter, you ask them, what's generally happening with export? I want to export, but my challenge is finding buyers. Finding buyers. But finding buyers, not being able to find buyers is a sign of lack of export readiness. Because if the business is ready, you will know exactly what to do to be able to find buyers. Because there are different options available to find buyers, both online and offline. Going for trade fair is a good example. But there are so much options available online, particularly using social media, digital marketing, so many options available. You just need to know exactly what you want and exactly what to do to be able to get it done. Export business can be as slow as short, cycle can be as short as 3 weeks, about 3 months or more, depending on a lot of factors. And the ROI also can be as low as 10-15% to even 50-100% more. Manufacturers in Nigeria today are making a lot of money from export. Why? Because of what? Because of what? And because they are adding value, they are manufacturers. Because of exchange rate. The rate moved from about 400, 450 to 1,600, 1,500. That's a lot. You understand? That's a lot. For manufacturers who are adding value, they have enough mileage and they are more competitive because they are manufacturers. I'm an exporter, but I'm a trader. So I don't have a mileage like a manufacturer who will make profit to sell to the wholesaler, and wholesaler can export and still make profit on top. Imagine the exporter is now being the one, this manufacturer is the one doing what? Doing the export itself. The products were exported, the quality and season of commodity, the position of supply in the supply chain, or buyer supply chain, the strategy for procurement, cost management, input time, and a number of other factors determine how much profit can be made from the export transaction. Export can be done in bulk or in bits. In bulk, 5 to 30 metric tons in the container, using container going by sea, typically about $5,000 minimum and above, and mainly commodities. For the bit shipment, it's going in pallet or carton, usually 100 kg to about 5 tons, go by air. An amount involved also is low, $1,000, and they are mainly perishable. Most of them, although they are non-perishable shipped by air, but majority of items shipped by air are mainly perishable items. Mainly perishable items.